Good morning, everyone, and it's a very good morning as we're here in the Bahamas in the beautiful blue water, and we're here at Castaway Cay, the Walt Disney Company's private island. In this video here, we're going to show you off everything there is to do here at Castaway Cay, from all the different excursions to the beach to the food to the bars. I go by the legend, joined by my wonderful girlfriend Molly in this video. Let's go check out Castaway Cay. Nice thing, when you get off the boat, they do give you towels. You don't really have to check them out, you just tell them how many you want, and you go from there. And then this guy will sell you water, and it looks like souvenir bags as well.
Have your waters already?
Not open on our visit here is the post office. It's kind of cool because you can mail a postcard from Castaway Cay in the Bahamas. I sent one to my parents back in New York, and it took like a month to show up at their house. So
yes,
if it is open, it's kind of fun for that purpose alone, just to see how long this will take. There is no shortage of photo opportunities, and they do have the photo pass team from the boats here as well. Right by where you get off the boat, there is a couple people waiting to take your picture, and you get a really nice photo with the boat in the background. Right near where you exit the boat is the Marge's Barges area. This is where you would meet for a lot of the excursions that involve going off on some sort of a watercraft. Things like the glass bottom boats and stuff like that. Also a nod to former CEO Bob Iger. Here's a quick look at the map of Castaway Cay. You can see where the ship park's over here. And then you're going to get to the village and family beach area. And then way over there would be the Serenity Bay adult section. And much like the parking lots at Walt Disney World or Disneyland, they do have trams here on Castaway. That'll take you, there's a couple different trams. This one will go from where the ship docks over to like the family beach, because it's a bit of a walk to get over there. There's a different tram that'll take you over to the adult beach. Definitely take that one. This one you can walk it probably. You get some really nice views of the ship and
sometimes characters.
But definitely take it to the adult beach. The adult beach is a haul. If you go right past the tram stop, you get one of the better photo locations where you get the Castaway sign and then your ship in the background. Of course, on this cruise, we're on the Disney Dream, a very, very nice ship. Now, of course, Castaway Cay is just an island in the Bahamas, so you will get some natural wildlife, like this lizard here with the curly tail. Now, the first lagoon you get to as soon as you get off the boat is not the family beach. This is actually the watersports lagoon. So you could rent all of these different things, like you rent one of these small sailboats, you could rent the big aqua trikes. Man, that's a lot of effort to do that. These things over here, they're like one-man aqua tricycle kind of things on a kayak. You could go kayaking, you could go stand-up paddleboarding. The cruise we're on is not particularly busy, so it would probably be very peaceful here in the watersports lagoon. There's paddle boats as well. And most of these are run about $20 to $30, somewhere in that price range. If you want to get up close and personal with some of the native wildlife here, well, the Stingray Adventure Excursion might be the one for you. You can see those blotches in the water there. Those are all stingrays. One of the more expensive excursions you could do, it is $56 for adults. But probably pretty neat if you never got to play with stingrays before. They got a pretty big lagoon for the stingrays as well. If you want to relax in the ocean in style, you could rent one of these tubes or floaty mats. I believe these run around $13 or so. Unlike other private islands, you are not allowed to bring your own inflatable or your own mat. We have made it to the main beach here. You can see people enjoying a swim on the big family beach, and everyone over here with some floaties on. Well, they're going to be doing snorkeling, and snorkeling I think is one of the coolest activities you could do here on Castaway. Where you'll see buoys out in the water. And those buoys, it means there's something under there. So it might be like a sunken boat or a statue of Mickey Mouse, something like that. My personal favorite one is, if you remember the old 20,000 Leagues ride from Walt Disney World, they took one of the nautical submarines you would ride in Fantasyland and sunk it in there, and now fish live there. It's so cool.
Very cool.
My biggest tip, if you take nothing else away from this video, is when it comes to snorkeling, bring your own stuff. Disney's gonna charge you like $40 to rent equipment when you could just bring your own. I mean, you could buy this at Walmart for like $3. So definitely try and bring your own stuff, and also make sure you eat your Wheaties, because it is a long way to swim out to some of those really far buoys. You do have to wear the life vest, no matter if you want to inflate it or not. For safety purposes, everyone has to wear that yellow neon vest. The first bar you get to is the Conched Out Bar here by one of the barbecue areas.
And just off the family beach.
Yes. Also important to know, this one does have an espresso machine, so if you need that little pick-me-up, that little zing, you can do that here. On the family beach, you do have this play structure here with net bridges and different things, like you try and do the monkey bars or hang on the rope to hit the end. And if you don't, you just fall in the ocean. Kind of fun for the more adventurous kids or kids at heart. Nearby the family beach is In the Shade, which is some games. So there's giant checkers, or regular sized checkers. There's billiards you could play. There is more. There's going to be like a foosball over there and ping pong. And my personal favorite, they've got these kind of like giant versions of Pop-A-Shot basketball that you would find in like an arcade. Now we're going to see Molly's skills here in the shade. You know, that was pretty close.
That was
pretty close.
That was way better than I thought.
Yeah, I was expecting something more like that. Something very popular that you could do is get your hair braided, you know, kind of an upcharge activity. Molly's done this before, and she says it is very painful.
It can be painful, yeah.
Yeah, there are your prices on the hair braiding experience. Now for shopping on the island, they do have a selection of Bahamian retailers. So if you want to buy some stuff local to the Bahamas, and instead of like, you know, stuff with Mickey Mouse all over it, you can buy that. I believe you have to use cash at places like this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's that. Also important, like our ship only goes to Castaway. We don't go to Nassau or anywhere else in the Bahamas. So if you want that local flavor, buy it here. Now currently at my favorite place in all of Castaway Cay, and that is the Heads Up Bar. It's a wonderful, wonderful view of the cruise ship as you hang out and enjoy, you know, tropical cocktails here. Looks like it's set up. I imagine there was probably a wedding this morning, but it's my favorite bar. They do have a, you know, kind of a limited menu, as you would think most island bars would. I'll show you that in just a moment. And here's some of the various liquor selections along with the menu. These three would be the alcoholic drinks. Those two non-alcoholic drinks. They didn't have any prices, so clearly they're probably around $10 or so.
Probably.
We both went with the Tongue Cooler, which is the specialty drink here. Kind of their take on a pina colada. It's delicious, especially in this heat. But if you're looking for a drink that's going to, you know, really give you some bang for your buck liquor-wise, this is not going to be it. One thing I absolutely love about Castaway Cay, they do have what's called Pelican Plunge, which is a series of 2 different water slides right here in the ocean, which is pretty rare to find anywhere. They do have a little tipping bucket kind of playground. The enclosed slide, definitely much more intense than the other ones. And just be aware, they're a little, if your kids aren't great swimmers, these do drop you off considerably above where the ocean is, so
yeah,
it's
a drop.
A little bit of a splash landing there, but I
plunge.
But I like them. I think they're really fun. Something I don't think I've seen on other private islands. You can rent bikes here on Castaway Cay, and they do have an observation platform you could ride your bike to.
It's pretty far out there too.
Yeah, but the bike rental actually one of the cheaper kind of excursion type things you could do. Only $13 an hour. Summertime Freeze here, right by where the trams drop off by Pelican Plunge, is a frozen-themed frozen drink stand. I believe these are all kind of non-alcoholic drinks, but they do have some really great sippers. Whoa! I love the cups, man.
I do love the cups. They're so cute. That love one. Spin.
If you're a fan of sand volleyball or sand soccer, they do have courts over here. This is right by these Pelican Plunge water slides.
For tetherball?
Yes, tetherball.
Isn't that what that's called?
I believe so. A rather violent game.
Yes.
Over by the tram stop at Pelican Plunge, you do have some cannons. They definitely look like they're right out of the Pirates of the Caribbean films. We're on the tram. This used to be an airway on the island when, before Disney owned it. This was used for kind of unscrupulous activities. And definitely take the tram, because man, it's a haul. Bike path over here to the right would take you towards the observation tower and some cool scenery as well. I will say the breeze feels great. This Donald Duck airplane here welcomes us to Serenity Bay, which is the side of the island reserved for adults only. And with it being an adult beach, one of the first things you get to in this Quonset hut is a little bar. It'll run that same drink menu from the Heads Up bar, and they do have a selection of beers and stuff like that. There's also souvenir cups you can get in the shape of a pineapple or a stick. Not the biggest craft beer selection here on the ship. It's really well. So we're just going to be drinking some Bud Lights. Plus that long neck works really well to go hang out in the ocean. Also, they do have the Recordling hard ciders, and those are really, really nice hard ciders. Beach area. Based on the demographics of our ship, it's actually busier on the adult beach than it is on the kids' beach. Very, very peaceful. There is like no music over here, just the sound of the ocean. One thing to remember, unlike the family beach, this one is not. The family beach is kind of like in a cove where they kind of put grates up to control what comes in and what comes out. So over here, you would get any sort of, marine life that wants to swim in the beautiful, clear Bahamian waters. So, you could see a shark, you could see a wild stingray. All those things are, possibilities. But oh man, it's beautiful, it's peaceful. The water feels just magnificent.
It is.
Something's really nice they have here on Castaway Cay. They have these water bottle refill stations. The one I'm looking at here is right by the bar on Serenity Bay. But it's a great idea. I mean, when you come here, especially in the summer or early fall, late spring, it's very, very warm. So drinking your water is very important, and this makes it a lot easier. It is lunchtime here on Castaway Cay. We're gonna have lunch here at the Serenity Bay BBQ. Lunch runs from around 11:30 to 2 p.m. or 12 to 2, something like that. Let's go see what's for lunch. The lunch starts with a cold side buffet. You got a red skin potato salad, grilled sweet corn salad, that's weird, macaroni salad. Then you get your toppings for some of your burgers and stuff like that. So you got your coleslaw, your garden, and cheese. We then move along. You got different types of Lay's potato chips. And you got your buns for burgers or dogs.
One cheese.
All right, at the first stop here, you got smoky barbecue beef brisket, Cajun chicken, doing good, and then vegetarian chili. All right, all sorts of barbecue goodness here.
Hello, how are you?
Corn on the cob. I got a steak, ribs. There's salmon. There's a lot. And you wrap up over here. You got some hummus, garlic aioli, salsa, and then let's see, cornbread, chocolate fudge brownie, lemon raspberry crumble, and some fruit. One thing that's really nice when it's 1,000,000 degrees like it is here, they've got soft serve ice cream and 2 different machines. So this one's got a chocolate and a vanilla. Then if you go a little funky, strawberry and banana. All right, so here's the food that we did acquire. I got the ribeye steak. That looks really nice. I got a couple of ribs, a hot dog. Molly went with the brisket sandwich, some ribs, a hot dog, and some potato salad. And it wouldn't be Disney if they weren't trying to sell you some stuff. They got the By the Seashore shop. Let's go check out some of the merchandise. Of course, a lot of towels, your Disney Cruise Line style towels. And then a lot of the sand toys and stuff like that as well, which makes sense. Things that you would think kids would want to buy to play with on the beach.
Yes. Very, very
all
popular.
branded as well. Pails and buckets and all that kind of stuff. Let's go see what's inside. You do have a lot of t-shirts here for the Castaway Cay 5K, which is something not currently happening on the ships. We're recording this in September of 2021. That hasn't come.
Do your own makeshift.
Uh,
It's too hot.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's too hot even if they were doing a real one. And a Donald t-shirt. I do like the Castaway Cay magnets. Playing cards. Lots of magnets.
Lots and lots of
Keychains. Postcards. Might have to buy one of those to send home.
Yeah, look at that one. That's
With
my
Donald.
favorite. I love Donald.
Alrighty. Got kids' bath toys. Ooh, I like that.
That is cool.
The Olaf that says, oops, sorry about that. I can pick it up. It does say Castaway Cay on it. A lot of people do the ear hat ornaments, and you do have one of them for the private island. Oh, this is cool. If you did fund that 5K, it's a little sneaker ornament. That's cool. I like the Aloha shirt quite a bit. all the different things you can see on the island. Koozies, very important.
We kind of like this.
Oh, look at that.
The sign.
Yeah. No surprise that they have really nice merchandise here, with it being Disney Cruise Line and all. A couple things I wanted to add real quickly. While talking about Castaway Cay, there's Scuttle's Cove, which is the kids area. So much like they do kids areas on the boat here, they have a kids area on the island where they could do activities and that kind of thing. There's also a larger gift shop called like She Sells, and lots of other things too, or something like that. And that's where you can get a lot of your Castaway Cay merchandise. So just be sure to check those out while you're on the island. Now, if you're a big theme park dork like me, the trams here at Castaway Cay are built by Chance Rides, the same people that build a whole bunch of flat rides and roller coasters. And that'll do it for our time on Disney's private island. Molly, what do you think of Castaway Cay?
I really like it. I love how secluded it is. Unlike some of the other ships, cruise lines, private island, you can see other islands. This
Here you can't see much of anything.
Yeah, you look out and you see nothing besides Disney. I love the plunge water slide.
Yep.
And then, of course, the adult area is always so peaceful.
I love the snorkeling. I love that you could go in. Well, one, you're in a safe lagoon. You know, there's no dangerous fish are going to be in there, and you get to go see like the old 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea sub.
And your steak.
Yeah. Oh man, that steak was good stuff. Really good time if you're going on a Disney Cruise Line vacation. There's a good chance this might be your favorite day of it. I would say this used to be my favorite private island out there. I do prefer now, after all the renovations, the Perfect Day at Coco Cay, the one Royal Caribbean owns, because the amount of stuff they put in there, that's now my number 1. But this is probably number 2. This one or MSC, I'm not really sure. Now, if you have any questions about Coco Cay, let me know. Well, yeah, I guess we've been to Coco Cay. But
I did the same thing.
yeah, Castaway Cay.
Castaway.
Let us know in the comment section below, and we'll be more than happy to try and get back to you. Alrighty, well, we're gonna have to go and recover because that was a lot of fun.
That was.
Thank you very much for watching.